Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2019 or Pokemon Journeys anime episode review. This time I'm talking about episode 82, so let's get to it. Episode 82 begins in Ceres Institute. Ash and Goh return to the lab where Ash is informed that he has a video call from Opal, the gym leader of Ballonlea, which Ash and Goh met in episode 55, though they did not know that she was a gym leader. So they are surprised when they see that the gym leader of Ballonlea, Opal, is the same old lady that they met before. Ash calls her the quiz lady, which is fitting considering what Opal did before. Opal invites Ash and Goh to a special tournament. Leon has taken a liking to Ash and Goh, which is why Opal decided to invite them. Now I would think that Leon has only taken a liking to Ash, since Ash is the one that has interacted with Leon the most. Ash is the one that wants to battle Leon and the one that has spoken to Leon the most. Sure, Goh was there during the Darkest Day arc, but I doubt that Leon has had enough time to take a liking to Goh. Hence why Krisa said that the call was for Ash specifically. Since Leon will be participating in this special tournament as well, Ash decides to take part in it, since he might get to battle Leon. While Goh decides to tag along since he might catch some more Pokemon from the Galar region. Opal is happy because Ash and Goh decide to participate and she says that she will be waiting. Chloe, who is also here in the lab, decides to tag along as well, which is surprising since this adventure does not involve an evolution. My first thought was that perhaps Chloe is curious about the Galarian Ponyta and Rapidash that she met in the Glenwood Tangle, which is just outside Ballonlea. The episode then cuts to the Glenwood Tangle where Leon is spending some time with the local Pokemon. But he soon decides that he needs to keep going towards Ballonlea. However, he realizes that he has no idea how to get to Ballonlea from where he is. Classic Leon, always lost and without a sense of direction. So, Ash, Chloe, and Goh arrive in Ballonlea, but instead of going to the gym right away, they first stop at a patisserie where they enjoy some sweets. Chloe reveals that this is the reason why she tagged along, which is disappointing. I was hoping that she tagged along because of Ponyta. Chloe says that she regretted not visiting this place the last time that they were here. Ash and Pikachu don't mind the detour though since the sweets are delicious. Chloe mentions that the secret to the flavor of the sweets is the cream that is used, which comes from an alchemy. The cream changes flavor depending on how well alchemy gets along with her trainer. While everyone eats, Grookey notices that there is a Milcery on the table next to them. Milcery shows an interest in the cake in front of Goh and she is also quite affectionate with Goh. Goh wonders if Milcery wants him to catch her and it turns out that she does want to be caught by Goh, and so Goh catches Milcery. Yeah, it's that easy, folks. Pokemon just walk up to Goh and they want to be caught by him out of nowhere. Goh sends out Milcery, who is immediately targeted due to her sweet flavor by Eevee and Grookey, who chase Milcery around until they are stopped by Chloe and Goh respectively, which is a funny scene. Milcery then once again shows an interest in the cake in front of Goh. Goh gives her some cake, but it turns out that Milcery wants the strawberry on top of the cake instead. So Goh gives her the strawberry, which makes Milcery very happy. Goh is very happy too as a result and because he made a new friend. So he picks up Milcery and he spins around with her, which leads to Milcery's evolution into alchemy, which surprises everyone. The patissier explains that Milcery evolves when it is spun around like when you whisk whipped cream. This is just like in the games where you must spin around with Milcery in your party, and Milcery must be holding a sweet. Goh even ends his spins with a pose where he holds his hands up just like in the games, and he did give Milcery a sweet. Now the form that alchemy takes is based on how long you spin for, on what sweet you give Milcery, on the time of day, and on whether you spin clockwise or counterclockwise. Goh's alchemy is a vanilla cream alchemy, which you get for spinning clockwise for less than 5 seconds during the day. Goh ended up spinning for over 5 seconds and counterclockwise. It's also unclear if it's daytime since it's always dark in Ballonlea, so it's odd that Goh's Milcery evolves into a vanilla cream alchemy, but at least it does have the features of the strawberry sweet it evolved with. Goh joyfully welcomes Alchemy to his team. So, Ash, Chloe, and Goh then arrive at the Ballonlea Gym where Opal is waiting for them. Ash is eager to know what kind of tournament Opal has in store for them. He says that on the way here, he was very excited and he wonders if Leon is already here. Opal tells him to calm down and she leads the group to the stadium. On the way to the stadium, Opal tells Chloe that the Galarian Ponyta and Rapidash that she met before are doing fine. Chloe is happy to hear this and she says that she has been wondering how they were doing. It's nice to know that they are fine and that Chloe was curious about them just like I hoped. But it would have been better if she had inquired about them before Opal told her, since it would have shown more effectively that Chloe does indeed still care about Ponyta and the Rapidash. Ash runs into the stadium calling out for Leon, but he finds Raihan instead. Goh notes that this must be an important tournament if Raihan is here as well. Raihan does recognize Ash since they did see each other in episode 27, though they did not meet properly, which is what they do now. Ash introduces himself with a confident expression and Raihan says, "Oh, so you are the Ash that Leon has been talking about." Now, when I heard Raihan talk here, my first reaction was, oh, it's Kirito, as in Kirito from Sword Art Online. And by this I mean, it's the same voice actor, meaning Yoshitsugu Matsuoka, who is perhaps best known for voicing Kirito, which is why whenever I hear Yoshitsugu Matsuoka's voice, I always say, oh, it's Kirito. My second reaction was, wait a minute, Raihan was not voiced by Yoshitsugu Matsuoka, so they changed his voice actor. So I paused the episode so that I could find out why, because voice actors are not changed without a serious reason. And it turns out that Raihan's original voice actor, Tatsuhisa Suzuki, took a break from the entertainment industry, which is why he no longer voices Raihan, though it is unclear if this change is permanent or if it's only until Tatsuhisa Suzuki returns from his break. The change was a bit jarring at first since it's not what I was used to, but it's not a bad change since Yoshitsugu Matsuoka is one of my favorite voice actors. And what's funny is that he voices one of the characters in Tales of Arise as well, which is a game that released just about a month and a half ago and a game that I have been playing every day since its release. So when I heard his voice here in this episode, I thought for a split second that I was still playing Tales of Arise, since I have heard his voice so much while playing this game, so I associated his voice with Tales of Arise immediately. So, Raihan says that Leon is still not here, that maybe he ran away. Ash gets angry and he says that Leon would never run from a fight, but Raihan says that he would run away too if he could, which suggests that this is probably not a normal tournament, and that Opal is not someone that you can say no to. And indeed, Opal grins and she says that Raihan can't get away. Raihan says that he knows that if he ran away, he would just be asking for trouble and that he has never been able to disobey Opal. Chloe and Goh get scared and they think that perhaps they should leave, but Opal tells them that they are participating too, which scares Chloe and Goh even more. Opal says that Goh even has the perfect Pokemon for the tournament, and she is referring to Alchemy. Leon soon arrives and Ash tells him that he has been looking forward to seeing him and that he wants to have a battle. Leon says that it will depend on what Opal has in mind. So Leon wonders what game Opal has in store for them. Everyone is expecting something serious, but it turns out that everyone will just decorate a cake with the help of an alchemy, a tournament that Opal dubs the Alchemyful Decoration Tournament. This is why she said that Goh has the perfect Pokemon for the occasion. Opal then brings out 9 alchemy, each with a different suite and a different form, so that everyone can select an alchemy to pair with. Raihan says that this is nonsense, and Leon says that Opal often holds tournaments, and sometimes they feature battles, but not today. So, Ash is sad because he can't battle Leon. But Leon says that one should always do their best and whoever has the most fun wins. So, Ash decides to give the tournament his all despite it not being about battling. Everyone then picks the alchemy that they will pair up with. It's quite a coincidence that Goh gets an alchemy and then he ends up participating in a competition where he needs an alchemy just moments later. As for everyone else, Chloe picks a lemon cream alchemy. Leon invites a matcha cream alchemy to join join him almost as if he is asking her out on a date. Raihan is reluctant to pick any alchemy, and he wanders aimlessly until Opal tells him that he can't get away from this and that he shouldn't try either because even Leon is eager to participate. Raihan takes a step back and he says that he would never run from a challenge and that he will never lose. A rainbow swirl alchemy then jumps on his back, and so Raihan picks her since she stands out just like him. He marks the occasion with a classic Raihan selfie. Meanwhile, Ash uses his nose to pick. He ends up picking the alchemy that smells the sweetest, which is a caramel mix alchemy. With their partners in hand, everyone starts decorating their cake in their own way. Goh follows a video guide on his phone and he has Grookey help him. Chloe uses the knowledge she gained from making sweets with her mom back home. Ash does whatever he feels like doing with some input from Chloe. Leon just has fun with his baking, and Raihan tries to outdo everyone else, and so he bakes with all his energy. Everyone soon finishes their cake. Raihan ends up with a multicolored cake topped with fruits, which stands out a lot just like him. Chloe ends up with an adorable cake that is based on her alchemy. Leon ends up with a cake that matches the flavor of his alchemy, topped with fruits and with a crown, which is fitting since he is the monarch. Goh ends with nothing since Grookey ate all the cream, and Ash ends up with this monstrosity that looks more like an amusement park ride than a cake. Chloe says that Ash's cake is a unique cake, while Goh says that it does not look tasty at all. So in the end, everyone made a cake that pretty much matches their personality. Except for Goh, that is. And each alchemy also has a personality that matches the trainer they paired up with. Which is fitting since Opal did say that a trainer has an influence on the taste of the cream of their alchemy. So it's easy to imagine that an alchemist's personality is also affected. Chloe did also mention this very same thing before. So, Opal proceeds to taste every single cake in order to pick a winner. She finds in each cake the qualities that are possessed by the person that baked the cake in question. For example, she says that Chloe has a kind heart that truly values Pokemon, which is why Ponyta and Rapidash took a liking to her. Raihan's cake has a flashy appearance and a complex flavor beneath. At first glance, the gaudiness of the cake may give you pause, but it's an unquestionably top-tier cake underneath. This is a perfect description of Raihan himself. She even evaluates Goh's cake, saying that if his friend, meaning Grookey, is content already with the cream, then Goh and Alchemy will get on well together. Opal evaluates Ash's cake last. She says that it's quite creative and that there is a thrill to a flavor that you can't predict. She ends up loving Ash's cake because it has a mysterious and intriguing flavor that makes you want more. This surprises Chloe and Goh, who can't believe that Ash's cake is in fact tasty. Opal ends up declaring that she will battle Ash because his battles are surely as intriguing as the cake he made. This surprises Raihan and Leon and me since I was not expecting this, even though the preview for this episode did show a Gigantamax alchemy in action. So, Ash and Opal get ready to battle with Leon as referee, while Chloe, Raihan, and Goh watch. Ash sends out Pikachu and Opal sends out a Ruby Cream alchemy. Pikachu starts out with a quick attack followed by a barrage of super effective Iron Tails, all of which find their mark. Raihan comments that Pikachu is pretty fast. However, Alchemy is unaffected by Pikachu's attacks because Alchemy's cream softened Pikachu's hits, despite the fact that Alchemy is weak to steel. Alchemy then uses Attract, which infatuates Pikachu. Alchemy follows up with Dazzling Gleam, which hits Pikachu. However, Pikachu is able to stand back up. Alchemy uses Dazzling Gleam again, but this time Pikachu counters with Electro Web. Both moves clash, which causes an explosion. Opal praises Ash and Pikachu, saying that they are not half bad, and she then withdraws Alchemy so that she can Gigantamax her. So, Ash and Pikachu end up facing a Gigantamax Alchemy. At this point, I was like, come on, Ash, Gigantamax Pikachu. Make this an exciting battle between Gigantamax Pokemon. Though I did forget that Ash does not have his Dynamax band with him here. But before Ash and Pikachu can even react, Alchemy uses G-Max Finale, which hits Pikachu. It looks like the battle is over, however, Pikachu grows and grows until he becomes massive, which makes everyone, including me, believe that Pikachu Gigantamaxed. And on its own, like the first time that he Gigantamaxed. Ash even calls for a G-Max move, however, it turns out that Pikachu just ate all the cream from the G-Max Finale, which is why he ended up so big. He is just full of cream, which is both hilarious and disappointing. It's funny that Leon says that Pikachu bloat-maxed. The battle ends here since Pikachu is too full to continue. After the battle, everyone gathers to try each other's cakes. Everyone agrees that Ash's cake is indeed delicious despite its appearance. Opal wonders when she should hold the next tournament, and Ash tells Leon that he will battle his way up the ranks of the World Coronation Series so that they can battle one day. Leon says that he is looking forward to this, and that's the episode. So overall, this was a fun episode. It was nice to see Leon and Raihan again, even if decorating cakes is not the first thing that comes to mind when I think of a gathering of two of the strongest and coolest trainers around. But there were still some fun interactions here, so I am not complaining. It was also nice to see Opal again, and her battle with Ash was a great surprise. And while it was unfortunately short-lived, and Pikachu did not actually Gigantamax, it was still a cool battle while it lasted. Ash was able to battle another one of the gym leaders of the Galar region, which is nice. It's also great that Opal told Chloe about Ponyta and Rapidash. I still think that Chloe should have caught Ponyta back in episode 55, so it's nice to see that Ponyta is still remembered and that Ponyta is still relevant. Hopefully Chloe does get the chance to catch Ponyta someday. So yeah, this was a very enjoyable and fun episode, and I wouldn't mind another episode like this where we see a gathering of cool characters from the games, even if they do something that is not battling. But that's the video, as always. Leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Also, please consider clicking the links on screen so that you can check out more videos like this right away. Thank you very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.